Good morning, everybody. It's Skip Jeffries here, coming in from the garage. Gonna work on this T-cart again here, but my wife picked up this, I guess it'd be a Hyper Tough rotary tool kit. They sell them, I think it was on sale at Walmart here. Regularly 15 bucks. She picked it up for 6 on sale. So we're gonna give this a go, see if we got something in here that may help us take some of this old glue off this T-cart here. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and just kind of start on this here. Now, Dremel I've been using, this is my second one, so my last one finally burnt out. I think it was almost a year and a half ago when I was working on my garden bed, drilling in some holes. I actually burnt it up, but I had that thing for almost 20 years, maybe even longer than that. But picked this one up, I believe I picked it up at Amazon, but it's a Dremel 3000. Haven't had any problems with it so far. It's been working like a champ, so we'll see how long this one lasts. But we got quite a range of tools in here. Got some kind of a flapper wheel. We may just give that a go. We've also got some brushes and various different sanding tips and sanding blocks and all kinds. I mean, this kit's pretty well, I think it's what, a 208 piece kit. We'll give it a go and see if we can find something in here that'll actually work. Yeah, we'll go ahead and try to get this thing hooked up and ready to go. But I mean, Dremels are pretty easy to operate. I mean, I like this thing because it's got a button here. You just kind of press it down and it kind of locks your rotary tool in. And most of your kit have these little wrenches in there. You just kind of snug it down. You don't want it real tight, but you want it tight enough so it doesn't fall off. And then just remember to put your pieces back because you don't want to lose anything. Anyways, I'll close this up here, plug this bad boy in, and we'll grab our first victim here. These are the side rails, and as you can see, there's some of that material still kind of left on it. I think it's that layer of laminate that was on the top side, or the bottom side of the top. So we'll see if we can clean this off here. Know how loud it's going to get. We'll give her a go here, folks. Well, the key is not to remove any of the layers or the wood itself. We're just trying to get that laminate off here. Seems like there's a tough chunk on there. This will probably maybe work a little bit better for the glue. Well, it's heating up the glue. Let's see if we got our putty knife here. We'll give that a go. Yeah, it heated up the surface just enough to make that glue kind of malleable. Almost like what you'd see with like a glue stick, which is kind of weird. Now, I still got a chunk of that laminate on this side. Hoping we could at least pop that up and off. Ideally, you want this thing to sit as flat as it can. Alright, I guess. Ideally, you probably want something just to get that edge off there. I don't know if you can see from the camera here. Try to do this without whacking my finger off. Goal is, while I'm doing YouTube, not to go to the hospital here. And I don't want to miss any days of work. Kind of like having a paycheck now. It's been pretty nice. Get through the first week, so. And the other thing I'd probably consider doing is maybe a face mask. Dust is not the greatest too, so, and I mean, probably like breathing in stuff from the 70s, and the 70s was notorious for carcinogens. I mean, we had asbestos tiles in our houses, man. But anyways, do what you can to get it off. I mean, a little more aggressive. Trying to get that remnant of that blast. There, we'll hit it with this rotary tool. Seem to do the trick. Now we do have a little bit of glue in here. Not too bad. I don't know if I've got anything small enough to get in there, but we'll hit these bigger edges here. My main concerns, because that's where this wood actually connects to the bottom of the table. And this one here was that broken piece. I don't know if you guys remember if you watched the other videos, but I ended up gluing the pieces together and kind of clamped it down for a couple of days, and the glue set pretty hard, so I'm pretty confident this thing will stay together. But we'll find out when we're kind of slicing on this thing, trying to get this glue off, see if it'll actually stay together. And I mean, I've kind of twisted on it here and there over the course. I mean, it's been almost a week and a half since the last video I did on this one here, so the glue is actually set pretty good. I thought about running some nails up in there. I may still, but we'll see how this glue goes. If we got to take this card apart to redo it, we can. But I don't foresee that we'll have that need. I mean, it seems like it's going to hold together. And we got a little space here. We may fill it in with a little putty. I don't know if it's noticeable from the picture here, but it stands out pretty good to me. Here is normally covered by that slat that folds out. Yeah, let me hit it. See if we can clean it up a little bit here. Not doing a whole lot of pressure on it. I just want to kind of lightly braise the surface here, just kind of cleaning up the remnants of the glue I can't get with the putty knife. And also too, I wouldn't worry too much if you hit the side of it with the sander. I mean, we're gonna try to do a not a total resurfacing, but they've got a product out there that's kind of, they call it Restore Finish, and mainly it's just to go over your existing finish and you match it to fit. So that's probably what we'll end up going with. That's enough to clean those up. Kind of separate these out. Like I said, I wanted to keep these mainly together, so mainly it's for my purposes because it's a lot of stuff going on. And for me, it's easier to know what part goes where. We'll try to clean up some of this glue in here too. And then, like I said, I'm gonna put it back together so when it comes to gluing, we'll know which pieces go where. We ever got this top part off. Separated a lot of this stuff. It's gotta come off to put some more glue in there. And maybe we did pop it off. Who knows, it's hard to tell. There. Well, those dowels have seen better days. Go ahead and hit this end too real lightly. Come on, I know you want to come loose. There you go. Yeah, we may think about trying to replace these dowels. They're looking a little tough. Looks like maybe a little bit of water damage. I don't know if this camera will show you any justice, but kind of rough. That cleaned up pretty nice. Yeah, there's just a little bit of glue remnants here and there on this thing. We'll see if we pick off of there. I think I've got anything that'll fit in between there. I mean, we just want to make sure everything fits nice tight again. And like I said, the whole goal behind this is not to cause any more damage. Yeah, once we get our pieces in there, making sure we keep all our parts and pieces together. And there's a lot of them, folks. So, like I said, our whole goal is just to clean it up a little bit and get us where we need to go for. I think a lot of this stuff we should be able to just clean up with a knife, putty knife here. I know that flapper block is kind of aggressive in spots, and it kicks up quite a bit of dust, so. And like I don't know if you remember from the last video, I mentioned that gray glue, and you'll see this on quite a bit of, I mean, here you can see it pretty well. I mean, it's pretty old. We'll see if we can hit the flapper wheel on this. Seem to clean it up pretty good. Okay, we'll go with the one that's already apart. See if we can get most of the loose stuff off. Try not to go too aggressive with it. Happy with that. Yeah, that side, we'll see what we can do here. Do it for that. Go ahead and this one here, it's got like a clear coat on it of almost looks like somebody tried to glue it with super glue at one time, or maybe it was sealant, who knows. That's kind of odd. We'll see if we can clean up this side here real quick. Yeah, that's definitely a lot smoother. Yeah, whatever they used to glue on the top part, I guess this is where the tabletop actually attaches. So I don't know if they did, what would you call it? Maybe some type of, well, it doesn't feel like an epoxy. It almost feels like what you do with like a hot glue gun or a sealant. So it's kind of odd. And here's the bottom shelf here. We're going to try to just clean that up a little bit. I don't want to go too aggressive with it. I just want to get some of this old glue. And this sheet here actually looks like it's a solid wood. So you've got a couple pieces here too where those bottom end pieces kind of connect. I said that flapper wheel gets a little aggressive sometimes. Just kind of gotta watch it. I don't want to do a whole new refinish on this part here. Just want something where we can just touch it up and just kind of make it somewhat decent looking. Alright folks, well I think that'll probably do it pretty good. Like I said, every time I touch this thing here, there's some oddities to it that looks like somebody actually kind of ground out where the axle meets the table here. It's either that it's wore down over time, but just kind of some neat little oddities to it. But anyways, thanks for watching.